through turn 4. Does 24 have enough? It's going to be a drag race to the line. We're going down the front stretch. The 96 wins the race at Coda.
Hello guys and welcome here to the Jello Cup Series. This is the Championship 4 from Joltis, the final race, the AT&T 500. I'm Brian James here, and today again joining us is Austin Shaw.
What's going on?
Austin, Trevor Collins. Yeah, Trevor Collins, Tim Randolph. How do I not know the Championship 4 drivers? Oh my gosh. But yeah, 4 drivers have made it to this point. What do they have to do now to win? Oh, Cement was another.
Finish at the top, finish in front of the others.
Yeah, pretty simple. And of course, it is a tough track here at Joltis. It is not an easy one. A 4-mile quad oval. And 4 drivers, of course, again I remind you, no Championship 4 driver has ever won at this track. So this adds to the pressure. And I'm sure they would love to be the first to punch in a win here at Joltis. And of course, we will be carrying onboard cameras for all your championship drivers in this race. We start out with Trevor Collins, and now I'll finally be able to get the names right. He is driving with the Progressive on board. Alexander Rowe, that's the other one I was thinking of. He has the Ford on board. Samet Ozkan has the M&Ms on board. And Tim Randolph has the Worldwide Technology on board. And the King could go for number 8. Chevy, of course, always a favorite in these championship battles. Can that streak remain alive today?
I hope. I mean...
And he's lined up with Chevys.
Yeah, he is lined up with Chevys, but it's one against, like, the others. You only got one alliance.
Yeah, you got... I mean, you got a lot of Chevys in the field, but the Fords have been strong.
Yep.
And something tells me these Fords have had enough of getting kicked every single year by the Chevys, that they are going to do something to make this happen. And of course, we highlight as well Samet Ozkan. He is the only rookie in the Jello Cup field that is in the Championship 4. I can imagine immense pressure for Samet Ozkan in that number 18.
Absolutely.
And we will see if he can live up to the hype. He led the last round. He did well at Talladega. But I'm telling you, or I gotta ask here, who would be your pick to win this championship?
I got Tim Randolph.
Yeah, and we go with the Chevy in the 43. I'm gonna lean a little bit toward the Fords. I like Samet Ozkan's chances, but it's so tough to call. I gotta pick Alexander Rowe in that number 14. He just picked up his 6th career win a few races ago. He's been on a hot streak in this playoffs. At one point won back-to-back races. You don't do that by mistake. I'm telling you, I think he's got the best odds, and we will see what happens. It's a long race. It's a restrictor plate, and this is the championship 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with your starting lineup. "20 races later, he's going to pick up his 3rd win of the season. And he'll do it today, advancing to the round of 8 at Phoenix. And guess what? He's going to win back-to-back. 2 races in a row. He wins at the Roval. And his 2nd road course victory of the season. His 3rd win this season. Oh man, where's his pit stall? It's on the pit. It's past start finish. Samet Ozkan gets win number 2 at Darlington. Out of turn number 4, Tim Randolph will win his 3rd race of the season and advance to the round of 12. And welcome back. The starting lineup is on the left-hand side of your screen. You heard Austin's pick is Tim Randolph. You heard mine is that number 14 of Alexander Rowe. We will see what happens. And the question is this the year that one of these playoff guys finally captures the victory? And that's, of course, a very difficult feat to accomplish. As they head down, I believe, the backstretch. Now here's where things get dicey. Because this racing, they have the capabilities of going 4 wide, 5 wide. And tendency shows that the leader usually gets a good advantage out of this. So the leader can block all 5 lanes at once. But again, we will see what happens when we take the green in just a moment. And just because Tim Randolph is starting at the front doesn't mean he's the favorite necessarily, because obviously it's a restrictor plate, the field is diverse. Here, it can spread out. Not that I'm crapping on your pick, but anyway, pace cars officer, call real quick.
Alright, as they come down, well, reflag is out.
Oops, I didn't give you much time, I guess. My bad. I never know when that straightaway comes up. But here we go already. Tim Randolph forcing 3 wide. Of course, we got onboard cams for this race, as it looks like the 51 Jeff Scott goes to the lead, but will the 9 get some help from the Fords behind? It doesn't look like it. The 51 will clear for the race lead. You see, they're not going as fast as they did at Daytona until they go 190 right now. See back there already 3 and 4 wide abreast, essentially. You notice something else? No real manufacturer alliances going on right now. But 3 is up in the wall. Running the Larson lane around here is Jeff Scott will lead the opening lap. And that 9 is right there. Keep in mind the 9 has been a go or go homer all year. He would love to get a win to end the season. And look at this, the two championship guys working together on the high side. Not anymore. Tim Randolph leaves the 18 out to dry.
Here comes the 43.
Yep, he is wasting no time. He wants second. Here comes the 32 of Hillary Sanchez. Let's go to high above and see what the... Oh, man, I thought we had an incident. I think we're good. And there goes the 43 for the lead. Keep in mind the high lane camera really the best one, in my opinion. And Tim Randolph leads the race. Keep in mind there are bonus points for laps led for these playoff guys. So if he leads a lap, it could come down to the tiebreaker. As now Max Anderson looks for the lead. He was one of your Championship 4 drivers last season and fell just short to beating Patrick Smith. Now the 21 to the lead. Ooh, some side drafting.
4 wide.
4 wide for second. And now Tim Randolph is stuck on the high lane. Just look at it. It looks like there's kind of an air bubble for those guys.
5 wide.
Oh my goodness, it's 5 wide.
Almost 6 wide.
We are very capable of that at this track because of how wide it is. See Max Anderson trying to hang on for dear life in this race. You see the 43 back there stuck on the high side trying to make something happen. And now Matt Hussey will look to the inside for the race lead. Won't get it this time. Here comes the 48 on the high side. And here comes his teammate. See there, you could just see the air bubble. Look at the run the 25 had. He had to let up. It's like it's like you're kind of giving an air push to the person in front of you. And you see the 38's able to do that for the 24. But somehow the 13 has broken that air bubble. And he's able to get right to the bumpers. But of course, don't forget, here's where the Fords have the advantage. They are able to two-car tandem with the flat bumpers on the front and the back. So keep an eye on it if these Fords get up there. Here goes Hussey again. And there, he'll try to move the 13 up. And you see our playoff drivers have gotten out of the picture for now. So let's go back and see what that battle looks like. And right now, Samet Ozkan is crawling right back into it. But here comes Alexander Rowe, too. And Alexander Rowe is taking his teammate with him. Oh man, he had to lift. See up ahead, the 48's up to second trying to battle with the 21. as now they are side by side here. Keep in mind, I believe Tim Randolph has the tiebreaker over Samet Ozkan, because he has more wins. So right now, with Samet Ozkan being a position ahead, they are tied.
Wow.
And the 14 is basically out to dry right now. But Samet Ozkan leading the championship and almost took out the 53. And there's the 6 of Trevor Collins back there. He's got to find a way to get low and try to make something happen. Here goes Tim Randolph again. He will reclaim control of the championship. For a moment, because he has no drafting help. And this is surprising, the 41 is going down to help him.
Wow. 5 wide.
5 wide again, Dylan Young left out to dry. And I question this, why is the 41 helping the 43 and the 10?
I don't know.
Because keep in mind, their teammate is in this battle still. Unless it's too early right now and they think it just doesn't matter yet.
It could be.
Keep in mind, there's still a lot of racing left. You see the 48 looking low, but he has no one to go with them. Until maybe the 43 gets up there and helps, and the 43 will. Not. And the 53 trying to find out where to go, and she'll just go to the inside. And the top 3 have gone single file. 10 to go. And look at this. The top 3 have broken away.
43 looking for it. Let's get up there.
Or is he overheating? Because he's going in and out of the draft. I'm wondering if there's a little overheating.
Might be.
And he really goes high. Now he's going to try to go down and block the 48. Won't happen. Something's got to be wrong with that 43. And now he'll try to mount a run again. And no one's able to get around Max Anderson yet. Maybe the 48 this time. He's got help from 4 Chevys behind him. And now Austin Shaw to the lead. But will that be short-lived? Because here comes the 43. Three wide for the lead.
Wow.
And Gene Sanford will take advantage. The 25 is right there, all over the back of the 53, but he's going to need some help. You see there, he lets up, kind of pushes the 53 out in front of this pack. And this, I think, looks somewhat similar to real plate racing now. I don't know for sure. And let's see where the playoff drivers stand. Again, Tim Randolph hanging out in third. Alexander Rowe, he is almost 40th. That's not a good race for him. And back there with them is that 6 of Trevor Collins and the 18 of Samet Ozkan. These 3 have got to mount a run to make something happen. Dan Hummel looking for the lead. And he got it that lap.
Wow.
By a fender. And they've hung the 43 on the outside, but it doesn't seem to be affecting them. .25 going for it. And you'll have help from the teammate, but not anything else from behind. And it's all about which lane can get formed better. And right now it looks like it's that inside lane, which might be bad news for the 43.
Field is like all bunched up.
Yes, it is. The top 3 barely separated by 3/10. And again, don't rule out Samet Ozkan and the 2 Fords in this, because they are very much still alive. As Dan Hummel goes to the lead, Austin Shaw looking for it. And Jean Sanford added to the mix of it.
Wow.
She tries to split both of them. And the 14, here he comes.
14's coming.
He is charging with his teammate once again. And this time he's got Stickler following. But that 20, and the 20's content putting the front bumper right to the rear of him. And Alexander Rowe takes control of it. This may be bad news for Tim Randolph. As he's hung up on that outside lane. And here comes the 6 into the picture. Keep in mind that 14 team has produced a champion before. Luis Hernandez won in the 14, his first in Jello Cup Season 1. He won the championship when that team was a Chevy team. So the 14 team sure knows how to get it done here at Zen Joltis. Five wide and they're door to door.
5 wide. 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 by 5.
And here comes the 14 again, this time getting a push from his teammate. But here comes the 6 as well. Don't rule the 6 out of this yet. Jeff Scott continues to lead, but the 14 is there. And the 41 left out to dry. You gotta imagine there was some form, team order or just friendly racing there
Yep.
from the 41 to help his teammate, or her teammate. But will that be short-lived, because here comes the 6. With 5 to go, this is not over yet. I'll tell you, I don't know if this is looking good for Patrick Smith, or, sorry, Tim Randolph, or for the, yeah, Samet Ozkan 18. Here we go, we're gonna have a battle coming up. Here comes Trevor Collins. And Rowe goes down to block.
Rowe's got the lead right now in the championship.
Man, yeah, Rowe's barely got it. But of course he has not led a lap, so literally this is the championship battle lead right now. And Patrick Smith, he's got to be sitting back there in the Ford camp saying, what do I do here? And he decides to go help Austin Shaw instead. Says, I can't pick between the two of you. As Trevor Collins goes to the lead in the championship. 4 to go. So about 16 to 20 miles left here at Joltis. And now the 6 is shuffled high. And the 14's got to run. And Austin Shaw's about to go to the lead. And Patrick Smith faked him out to go help. And this is a true manufacturer alliance going for the lead. Look at this. All Fords on the outside, all Chevys on the inside.
Wow.
You can't script this, guys. You really can't.
14's coming back.
Yep, here comes the 14 once again, charging. As Austin Shaw leads.
Here comes Tim Randolph.
And Tim Randolph's back in this thing with the Meadowscon. But look who's pushing the 14 right now. If that 17 pushes the 14 to the championship, I can imagine some pretty harsh words between teammates after this race. Yeah. At the line, Rowe had him by a fender.
Here goes Samet Ozkan and
oh man.
Tim Randolph.
And it's going to get interesting with 3 laps to go. We still have a battle for the lead. Austin Shaw's trying to get it. No, correction, it's still Jeff Scott leading. And it looks like here comes Tim Randolph. He might take control once again. And right now I believe it's tied. If that's the case, it comes down to playoff points, and Tim Randolph has the most.
Here comes Samet Ozkan.
And Samet Ozkan's not out of this. Oh, we got a wreck! The 43 got hit.
The 18's in it.
The 18 is in it.
This could end the race. No one can.
Overtime. This could be overtime. And it will be. How's about that? Overtime for the championship.
Oy vey.
This is not over, folks. As they race back to the caution. Diego Yepes, his day is done. and not the way they wanted to end the season. Oh man. Hope you got your Tums in the driver's seat there. Hope they all do. Let's go see what happened. I'm just gonna say, if there's anybody that was hoping the season would end, I think it's Diego Yepes right now. Not the end to the season he wants. He's getting plowed by Samet Ozkan up and over in a tough break for Samet Ozkan. He is going to restart in 39th when we get going. And 2 laps to go. I just don't know if he can get there. But let's ride with him on board and see what he saw. But not the end to the race they wanted. Alright, full speed, we're on board. See, he did everything he could to lift, and he just kept getting it piled on. And they are going to have a lot of work to do on the pit lane, assuming they stay in this race. If they do not, it's a 3-man battle for the championship. And we'll bring it to you here on GCN in just a moment. Here we go. Overtime on GCN. Once again, this time we don't have Daniel with us. No, he didn't appear late. But they've been given the 1 to go, and keep in mind for overtime they line up double file. If the caution comes out before the leader takes the white flag, we'll do it over again. If the caution comes out after the leader takes the white flag, the race is over. And this time, we will take you on board with your champions in the bottom of the screen. So we will have sort of a NASCAR Hot Pass feature, I guess is the way to put it. And we'll see how they adjust here. And the question is, Samet Ozkan being in last, how much pressure now is on him?
Pressure's on.
And they did a good job of fixing that car on the pit lane, so he'll stay alive. But the pressure is on him. We're going to go high above on the main camera.
This is going to get good.
Oh man. No championship drivers in the top 5-ish. The highest running one right now is Trevor Collins, and guess what? He's got his teammate behind him. And between him and the 14. But up front, the focus is on Austin Shaw and Jeff Scott.
Here we go.
Green flag is out. Overtime is underway. 37 looks high. He says he's not going to help the 48, I guess. And look at the Fords lining up on that bottom lane with the 24 kind of blocking them all. The 6 has to check up.
Here goes the 14.
Yeah, here comes the 14. Right to the bumper of the 6. Does he have a run? Keep in mind, they just got to make it another corner.
Here goes the 48.
48's charging on the high side. See, the 14's about to take the advantage. But keep in mind that 43 could close in. 14's got it for now. But the 48's about to go to the lead.
43.
Here comes the 43 as well. And don't rule the 18 out. This team went to work on that car, and they really worked hard on it. This
Here it
is
comes
not
to the
over.
white flag.
1 lap to go in season number 5, and we're clean. "43 is not done yet. I don't know where he is, though.
14's gonna win. It's got this right now. It's dead even for the lead.
And Austin Shaw, he's been dogged out of a few wins this season. He would sure like to finish the season on a high note, but so has Jeff Scott. And Jeff Scott wants it just as bad. Oh, 14 goes high, 6 goes low.
Here we go.
The crossover. And Trevor Collins is going to take the lead in the championship battle. They're still side by side. Oh man, side by side for the lead, side by side for the championship. Through, I believe, the final corner, and I think Trevor Collins has this, barring any unusual circumstance.
Oh my god. This is backstretch.
Oh man, down the back
Here we
stretch,
go.
Austin's got the lead. Where's the 43? Through the final corner. He's got it.
Yes!
Austin Shaw is the winner at Joltis.
Let's go!
And Alexander Rowe just took the championship.
Wow!
But the 48, this team should have won at Pigs Creek, did not get the help they needed. They are victorious today here at Joltis. Finally a winner this season. Ending the season on a high note. But all the attention right now on the 14. He is your Season 5 Jello Cup Series champion. Stuart Haas just got their second championship driver. And the Chevy streak
Is over.
Let's see where the rest of them finished. Sametos Khan couldn't get past 37th. Tim Randolph, 32nd. And Trevor Collins, 2 positions short
Wow.
of a championship. And you've got to imagine the hurt that he is feeling right now. But congratulations to Austin Shaw and congratulations to Alexander Rowe. As let's take a look at the results of this race. You see Austin Shaw barely holds off the defending, or the outgoing champion, Patrick Smith.
Mhm.
Jeff Scott, Matt Hussey, Dan Hummel, the top 5. And then, of course, Gene Sanford, Hillary Sanchez. Charles Sanford must be Mr. Overtime. He was at the back of the field, and he crawled
Wow.
up to 8th. Mitchell Collins in 9th, Tyler Faden in 10th. And as we look on down the list, there, of course, is a lot of thank yous that I like to give at the end of the season. While I'm not going to read all your names, you saw them. You'll see them on the standings after this. Thank you all for signing up. Thank you to Dan Hummel for all of his help throughout the season. Thank you, Austin, for all your help through the
It's
season.
been a pleasure.
And of course, you guys know next season is going to be drastically different. We are going to weekends only. We are going to have a truck series and an Xfinity series complementing this whole cup ordeal. So that will be interesting. Another one, of course, I got to thank, and just before I forget, I've got to give a big thank you to Mitchell Collins. Of course, he has been more than a big help with the Discord. He has posted all the races for all of you guys who are in the Discord to watch. So, big thanks to him for all of his effort during the season. Thank you again to everyone who signed up. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of Season 5. And we are going to show you your final standings. We'll see you back here for the Carvana Wildcard Series, and then we will see you in the fall for Jello Cup Season number 6. That should be interesting. Till then, goodbye everyone.